Hello everybody, my name is Tim Canada. I'm a Senior Account Manager at Site Minis Incorporated. And the purpose of this video today will be to demonstrate the integration between Site Minis Click Launch mobile content creation platform and the IBM Marketing Cloud. What we'll be doing today is building a full-fledged email campaign with the IBM Marketing Cloud and integrating a landing page that we create here as well within Site Minis Click Launch platform. So to begin, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log in to my user profile in Site Minis Click Launch platform, as well as log into my user login in the IBM Marketing Cloud. Now, the first thing that we need to do so that we can make sure that all the integrations happen properly is we have to go into the IBM Marketing Cloud and set up the real-time integration between Site Minis Click Launch platform. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that first. So in order to do that, once you log into your home page of the IBM Marketing Cloud, you're going to go here into the settings menu, and we're going to go down into organization settings. This is going to bring up a long list of drop-down menus here, and we're going to look for the one that says integrations. So we'll go here and we'll hit this edit button. Once we're here, you're going to see a section here that says real-time content, and you're going to want to check this box that says enable real-time content. Once you check that box, all this long list of other real-time content providers are going to be available for you to integrate within this platform, but we're going to go down here to the bottom of the list and just select Site Minis Click Launch and select Save. We're going to let that save, and now we're all set. So we'll go back into Click Launch and we'll start with our campaign. So what we're going to be building today is an email and mobile campaign infused together surrounding one of Site Minis' clients' NetServe applications. They're an IT service provider that specifically provides IT services to aquariums, zoos, and museums. So we're going to build an email campaign surrounding those services and a landing page that ties into that email campaign, all within this video. So to begin, we're going to go ahead and just click this Create New Site button here in the Click Launch platform. I'm going to go ahead and breeze through this site build just so you can see the power. If you're not familiar with Click Launch, it's a great tool for marketers to be able to build very quick landing pages and other mobile websites with zero IT involvement or coding knowledge. And they can get in here and launch these pages so that they can make sure that there's some sort of a mobile element to any marketing campaign that they're doing. So for this purpose, we're just going to go ahead and name the site something unique here. We're just going to do AZM for aquariums, zoos, and museums, and campaign. And then we're going to make it a regular site and create the site. What that's going to do is it's going to launch us right into the content creation canvas. So this is where we can come to create our pages, drag in our elements, and ultimately build out the landing page that we want to launch live. So the first step that we do here is we just select click to create a new page. And we'll create our first page here, say home, and then we'll create the page. Next, we're going to go ahead and import or upload rather the images and the documents that we want to use in our actual site build. So in order to do that, I'm going to open up my file manager, and I'm just going to click this big green upload button, and I'm going to go into my pictures folder and find the folder that I want. Here we go. And I'm going to pick out all of these 4 documents here, 3 images and a PDF document. And I'm just going to say open so that those upload right into the Click Launch platform. So once these upload, and now we're all good, those are going to be ready to start pulling into our site so that we can create this really great landing page environment to go along with our email campaign. So we'll X out of that and we'll begin our site build. So the first thing we want to do is add a header to the page, but we want to make it a floating header so that it stays locked to the top. So in order to do that, we're going to go to our headers and footers menu, and we're going to pull in this floating container. Next, we're going to go into our elements menu, and we're going to pick this picture element, drag it right inside that floating container, and then we're going to go ahead and make this image exactly what we want our header to be. So there we go. We have our nice NetServe header there, so we'll save that. Next thing we want to do is I want to add a little flair to this header so that it pops out a little bit more. So I'm going to bring in a little bit more color. And I'm actually going to bring in one more picture right here underneath of it, and that's just going to be this sort of border right here that goes along with the NetServe colors. So I'm just going to go ahead and make that 100%. And there we go. So now we have the nice header to the page. Next thing we want to do is just go ahead, drop in our secondary image, This is going to be our big body content image that we actually want to have, sort of explains all the content for the landing page. We're going to go ahead, resize that to what we want it to be. Just go ahead and make this 100% so that it fits to the full width, and save the page. And so now, just like that, we have this great full-fledged landing page, almost completely finished here within the Quick Launch platform, built out. One more thing that we want to do before we start adding the functionality to the page is we want to round out this page with a good form that we can include so that people will be able to actually engage with the page and give us their information so that this can generate leads for the company. So we're going to go into our forms section. We're going to find the form that we want to use here. Here we go. And we're just going to drag that to the bottom of the page here. And so you can see we've got just name, company, email, phone, and it says let's talk. So this is a pretty decent little form that somebody can fill out and give them some basic information about themselves. So now we've dragged all the elements into the page. Let's stylize it a little bit. We'll go ahead, change the style of this form. Let's say we want to change the color to one of the more, that yellow color that's in the top of that border so that it remains a little bit more consistent. So we're going to change the background color to our own custom color here. We're going to say OK. We're going to change one more thing. We're going to add one border. So we're going to make it just a 2-pixel border. But we're going to make the border the blue color, that other color that's in that top border. So we're just going to go ahead and do the same custom color code here. Voila, save that. And then one more thing we're going to do for our form is we're going to remove this drop shadow so that it remains a nice 2D layer all throughout the page, which is going to create a nice consistent look and feel to the whole page itself. And then we're going to save it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually add some engagement functions in the top in this header, as well as right here where you can click to learn more. So the first thing is if we open up, if we click on the image, that's our header image. One of the options that we have is for you to slice and dice these images and add functionality to it. So if you see here, there's 3 different social touch points. I'm just going to pull in and I'm just going to activate my Facebook URL first. So we'll just go ahead and plug that in there and say update area. And we won't go through each and every one of these, but you can activate each one of these as we go. But for the sake of time, we'll go ahead and just say OK. And so now you can see the Facebook logo here is live. One more thing is we want to go ahead and activate the bottom half of this whole image too, so that when somebody reads this, they can click learn more, and it'll actually download a PDF document right to their phones that really goes into depth about what these service offerings are for these aquariums, zoos, and museums through NetServe. So we'll say update area and say OK. And so just like that, in a matter of minutes, we've got a great landing page that we're going to use to actually integrate in with our email campaign that we build using the IBM Marketing Cloud. So I'll save that, and I'm going to go ahead and just upload and launch it and send this site live so that it's ready to go. So we'll say, OK, ready to go. And now we'll jump over to our IBM Marketing Cloud and we'll build out the actual email campaign. So first things first is we're going to go under Content, and we're going to create a mailing template. So once we click Create Template, it's going to bring us into our mailing template creation screen. Let's let that load up for just a second. And here we can go and actually start to sort of build out our email campaign. So first things first is we'll go ahead and rename this. We'll just say NetServe email campaign. Since this is more for demonstration's sake, we'll say apply. Oh, that one already exists, so let's try just 3. And we'll say OK. And next, let's just go ahead and build out the body content. So I've got my body content ready to go in my other document, so I'll just kind of copy and paste that real quick. Paste it right in here. And we're going to do a little bit of formatting here. So let's see exactly how we want to do this. Let's break it up by different paragraphs. Let's add some spacings in here. Here we go. And there we go. And we're going to go ahead and just apply some bullet points here. Space this out. Let's make it one uniform font style. We're just going to make it that Arial font. We're going to add a little bit of space because we're going to drop in that real-time content in the top here, which is going to come in the form of an image that links directly to that mobile site that we just built. And so we'll go in here. And a couple of things that we want to do. So first things first is let's make sure that we have the correct URL to our website. So I'm just going to go into my page here that I've built. I'm going to copy my URL for the site. I'm going to go back in here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug in a very basic link that's going to send people back. Should they click the actual text link, it'll take them directly into that mobile landing page that I built using ClickLaunch. So we'll just go ahead and plug that in right there, and there we go. So now that's there. One other thing that we need to do is we have to go ahead and put in our opt-out link. Since this is going to be an email campaign, we need that. So let's just say to opt out of these emails, click here. And we're going to go in here, click our link here as well. This is going to be just a very, very basic opt-out link. Let's say opt out one click, and we're good. So now that's there, and let's also change that to that same font style, so it's Arial as well, and we'll just put a little space out there so it's down at the bottom. So now we've got our basic sort of email campaign filled out in terms of our body content. The next thing that we want to do is just go ahead and looks like this link right here. Let's just make sure that that's right there. There we go. So now both of those links are active. And so now we want to actually bring in some of the content that we used within our ClickLaunch site. So this is where that integration really comes into play between ClickLaunch and IBM Marketing Cloud. So within here, you're going to look up here and you're going to see Insert Real-Time Content, this button right here in this email campaign tool set. So we're going to click that. And you'll see here that Sighten is ClickLaunch, since that's the only provider that we have active right now in our IBM Marketing Cloud platform, is already selected. And then we're just going to go ahead and define sort of the area that we want this content to be. This is more of a placeholder so that we can determine from a preview standpoint really how this email is going to look. So we're just going to say we want it to be 500, or actually 350 height and 500 width, and that's going to be a good size. Next thing is we fill in a couple of fields here. So this is where we look back to the canvas so that we can integrate properly. The first field that we have here is our site name. So when we created our site, you'll see it right here. It's AZM_campaign784. We can copy that, paste that right there. So that's our site name. The second piece here is the content name. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to bring this image directly over into our email campaign. So that's the first really robust looking image that people are going to see when they view this email campaign. So that being said, we're going to go into our file manager, and if you roll over any of these images, there's going to be a function here that says copy image name. If I click that, it's just going to copy this text, which is the file name dot file type right here. So I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to paste that right there. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put in the size parameters that we want to have here, or what size we want that image to come in. So it can be any size. Since it's mobile, it's going to be form-fitting as you sort of increase or decrease the window of your actual email that you're reading it on. So this is going to work really great on mobile as well. But for this purpose, since we're going to be creating it for PCs, but it can scale down to mobile, we're just going to do the same size. So height 350 and width 500. Let me make sure that that's proper. Oh, let's switch those. Height 500, width 350. That'll work. Okay. So we'll go ahead, hit Insert, and let's click the preview. And here we can see sort of how this is going to view. This is the size of the image, and then here we go. This is this is the size of the placeholder image. It won't necessarily look like that, but then we have our body content here, and we're going to go ahead, and everything looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and say, let's go on to send. Your mailing content, it meets all the requirements. Let's go through the send process in the IBM Marketing Cloud. So let's let this load for just a second. So while we're here, we need to make sure we do some last minute things. First of all, let's select the contacts that we actually want this to go to. We're just going to select the netserve test file here. Your mailing meets all the necessary requirements, great. And we're also going to put in our subject line. So here we're just going to put in offshore IT services for aquariums, zoos, and museums. And there we go. And we're going to say continue. And this is where we go on to check our mailing health. Looks like we're all good. We're in the green for our spam check. So we'll go ahead and click continue. And everything's good. So we've built our mobile site. We've built our email campaign. We've integrated the two. And we're going to say continue. And send now. And so that's going to mean that that email has gone out. So let's see how that comes up in here. Let's give it a minute for that email to come through. Should come through any minute now. And here we go. So looks like it came in from PS Site Minis Inc. Since we're using the demo account Site Minis. That's the from ID that we have put in here. But you can see here the subject line says offshore IT services for aquariums, zoos, and museums. And if we click to download the pictures, we're going to see, oh look, there's our image here at the top. So it's already ready. And as you can see, we can kind of scale that up, scale it down as necessary. It's going to shrink as we see fit. And now we've got a great email campaign that actually, if we click this, it's going to open up our website that we built in ClickLaunch, which is already live here. So now you have a great mobile presence to go along with your email campaigns. Since so many people are going to be clicking on these emails from their phones, they're going to be checking their emails on their phones, you want to make sure that there's a great mobile presence that goes along with it. And this is a great way to do that. And so now that was the video to demonstrate the integration between SiteMini's ClickLaunch platform and the IBM Marketing Cloud. That will conclude today's video. Thank you for listening.